Hello and welcome to my video. This will be a video, what will be a series of videos. So the first video will be the first 5 games. I'm going to call this video games from my childhood. And I want to start with a classic video game that got me into platforming, and it's called Flimbo's Quest for the Commodore 64. Now back in the 80s, we as a family, or my family, had a ZX Spectrum. And in the late 80s, maybe the early 90s, say 1990, 1989, we got ourselves a Commodore 64. And we got a 4-in-1 cartridge, what was from System 3, and it had Flimbo's Quest on it. And Flimbo's Quest introduced me to platforming games. Flimbo's Quest was a gem of a game. I was so excited when playing this game. I've never seen graphics like that before. I've never experienced sound like that before. And I've never even played a cartridge game before, because I never had an Atari 2600, so this was the first time I experienced a cartridge game. The colours were amazing, the graphics were amazing at the time for me. Considering I come from a ZX Spectrum, I've never seen anything like that before, and this game blew me away. I love the fact that you could find so many secrets as you went on during the game, like finding super letters, what are called S's. You can find invincibility by just ducking down on certain places. You could buy S's in the shop or complete the level instantly for you. I just loved the game, even though it was a little bit competitive, or repeated itself quite a lot. I still loved this game, and every level was still a masterpiece in my eyes, and it would always be a gem of a game, down to the fact that I loved this when I was about 8 years old, and it stays in my heart as one of my favourite games from my childhood. On to my game number 2 from my childhood. Sticking to the Commodore 64, this was the first time I experienced Midnight Resistance, and this music just blew me away. The gameplay wasn't that great, and to be fair, if you had the cassette, you could just load in the next level. Even if you didn't complete it, it would just load in the next level anyway. But this music was outstanding, even for the Commodore 64. It was my favourite video game music of all time, and when I actually heard it on the Sega Mega Drive or the Sega Genesis, it blew me away even more. The music was outstanding. The game wasn't that great, but I just loved the fact that you could run around and shoot massive tanks and blow them up with one gun. And this man was on a mission to save his family. I just loved it. As I said, the gameplay wasn't great, but it was enjoyable, and it blew me away as a young lad, and I loved this game, so it stays deep in my heart as one of my favourite games from my childhood. And overall, the Commodore 64 was a massive impact on my childhood as well. Now moving on to 1991, and there's only one game in 1991 that took everybody by storm, and that was Sonic the Hedgehog. When I first saw this game, I was blown away by the graphics, and the gameplay was so good. I mean, I played Flimbo's Quest previously, but this game was so fast, so responsive, and you could handle Sonic was so easily controlled. You could, in the middle of a jump, you could still control him. It was so good to play. And the levels and the music, it was just something I'd never seen before. And the control pad, the first time I ever had a control pad in my hand, it was a 3-button Mega Drive control pad. I was like, this is amazing, I've never experienced games like this before. I never had a Master System, never had a NES. This is the first time I experienced a control pad, because my previous childhood was joystick. So when I come in contact with Sonic and the Mega Drive, this was just the day I got sucked into gaming, and gaming become a big part of my life, and a big thing to this present day that I still want to stay part of. And this is mainly all down to Sonic the Hedgehog and my Sega Mega Drive. So Sonic is my all-time favourite game, and you'll know that by viewing my videos. And I just love this game so much, and I love the Sega Mega Drive so much. It's such a massive part of my childhood. It's probably the biggest part of my childhood in terms of video game history, is Sonic the Hedgehog and the Sega Mega Drive. Now we're going to go a little bit further back in time to probably 1989, when I still had my ZX Spectrum, and Batman was released by Ocean. Now when we first got this game, I was amazed by this game, because most of the games on the Spectrums didn't actually play that well, as you can sort of gather and guess, but Batman played it extremely well, and it followed the story of the film really good, and I really enjoyed this game. It was the first time for me, I think, I ever played a game where you could go through levels, so you would actually have an agenda to complete the game, and it wasn't score based or anything like that. So it was one of the first times I remember having a goal to complete this game. I thought the graphics were amazing as well, and the music was extremely good for the ZX Spectrum, plus the graphics. Had different levels, like car levels where Batman's trying to get to his Batcave, and it also had Batman flying through the city to disassemble the balloons. All that from the film was on this game, and this game was a true masterpiece for ZX Spectrum, and again one of my favourite games from my childhood. So now let's go a little bit forward in time to 1992, when Sega released its first Mega 16-bit cartridge, so 16 megs on a 16-bit cartridge, Streets of Rage 2. This game was outstanding. I'd previously played Golden Axe, I think, before this, but when I come in contact, well, I've previously played Streets of Rage 1, but when I come in contact with Streets of Rage 2, this game blew me away. There was nothing about this game I could even thought. The music was outstanding, the graphics were outstanding, they added all those special moves to the characters. It is so addictive, the gameplay. You just play it over and over again, and I still play it today, and I still enjoy it. Even if I'm playing on a one player, it's still enjoyable. And this game is a masterpiece. It really proved how far video games have come from the ZX Spectrum to the Sega Mega Drive in just a few years, that how powerful video games could be, and the future of video games. I was looking at it with Streets of Rage 2, and I enjoyed playing this with friends and family. I just enjoyed this game immensely. It was so easy to pick up and play, and it is just one of my favourite games of all time, and one of my favourite games from my childhood. Thank you for watching my first top 5 video games from my childhood. Hopefully this will be a series of videos, and I will continue to make more. But thank you for now for watching. Take care, and see you for some more videos.